Hello everyone, my name's Agnes. Now I've heard you're being really good and staying in and doing what people say to keep yourself safe. Here's a little story that I want to read to you, which is my favourite story of all time. It's called The Story of the Little Mole Who Knew It Was None of His Business. Now, one day, the little mole poked his head out from underground to see whether the sun had already risen. Then it happened. It looked like a little sausage, and the worst thing was that it landed right on his head. "How mean!" cried the little mole. "Who has done this on my head?" But he was so short-sighted he couldn't see anyone around. "Did you do this on my head?" he asked the dove who was flying past. "Me? No! How can I do that? I do it like this," she answered. And splish-splosh, a most white blob landed on the ground right next to the little mole. His right leg was splashed with white. "Oh, did you do this on my head?" he asked the horse who was grazing in the pasture. "Me? No! How could I do this?" And thump thump, big fat horsey apples plopped down with the hair's breadth within the hair's breadth of the mole. He was very impressed. "Did you do this to my head?" he asked the hare. "Me? No, how can I do it? I do it like this," answered the hare. And rat-a-tat-tat, 15 little round beans flew out and nearly hit the mole. He was very, very impressed. "Did you do this on my head?" he asked the goat, who had been dreaming a little. "Me? No! How could I? I do it like this," she replied. And plippity-plop, a tail of toffee-coloured little balls tumbled on the grass. The little mole found them most appealing. Ew. "Did you do this on my head?" he asked the cow, who was chewing the curd. "Me? No. How could I? I do it like this." And kaplosh, a big brownish green pancake flopped into the grass just next to the mole. He was very relaxed that it hadn't been the cow who had done something on his head. "Did you do this on my head?" he asked the pig. "Me? No! How could I? I do it like this," replied the pig. And little splat, a little soft brown pile fell onto the grass. The mole held his nose because it stunk. "Did you do this on my—" He was going to ask again, but he came closer. He saw 2 big fat black flies and they were eating. "At last, someone who'll be able to help me," thought the mole. "Who did this on my head?" he asked excitedly. "Keep nice and still," buzzed the flies. There was a short pause and then it was clear to us that they said it was a dog. Finally, the little mole knew who had done the business on his head. Basil, the butcher's dog. Can you see Basil? He's fast asleep. Quick as a flash, he climbed onto Basil's kennel and bling! A tiny black sausage landed right on top of the dog's head. Can you see it? Satisfied at last, the little mole disappeared happily into his hole underground. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story, everyone. Remember, stay safe, be safe, and be happy. Bye-bye.